Hello, welcome to inTV. I am your host, Maurice Johnson, and today we have a special guest, Captain Michael Hawkins, and we're going to talk about how he was able to obtain 2 college degrees while being in the military. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Thanks for coming on my show today.
Not a problem, not a problem.
And as you know, today we're going to talk about how you was able to get your college degrees also while being in the military. So first I want to start off by asking you a couple questions about your military part. Then we're going to get into how you obtained your education and then your future and how your education, being able to get that in the military, forwarded to your civilian life job.
Okay.
So like the first thing I would like to know is what even made you join the military and how long have you been in?
Well, first, I have to give credit to my mother. She has always been an advocate of the military as well as college. So her thing was go to college, go in the military, or get a job. My being from a small town, she knew the opportunities were small. So my success was predicated upon me going to college and going into the military. So I went to college first, obtained a degree in mathematics, and then I went into the military mainly because I wanted to fulfill that childhood dream of being that commando running through the woods, shooting up things and blowing up stuff. So I was able to do that in a roundabout way.
Okay, that sounds fun. That's when I did the military, that's kind of what got me too, and the commercials.
Yes.
But then when I got there, it was nothing like that.
Nothing like that.
Okay, and when you joined, what was the first job that you got when you was in the military?
So I initially enlisted to be an infantryman. And then that's the running through the woods and shooting up things and blowing up stuff. But because I wear contact lenses, I was unable to fulfill that dream. So because I had a degree in mathematics, I was able to transfer to the finance department, and did finance for 14 years on both active duty and in the National Guard.
Ooh, it's a nice little resume that you had just from the beginning of
Yes.
it. So before entering, I know you said you had got your degrees before. Was there any other special skills that you had that helped you when you had gotten into the military?
Yes. So while I was in the military, I was able to obtain more certifications, more opportunities to study abroad and things like that. Also, while I was in the military, I was able to obtain my electrical engineering degree, and through tuition assistance and just opportunities to study particular computer-based technology training, I was able to get more opportunities to just advance my career.
Okay. So what would you recommend to somebody who wanted to get their education and also join the military, and if they was iffy about it, like they don't think that they would be able to do both?
I would tell them you can do anything that you want to do. The question is, how bad do you want to fulfill a particular goal? If you want to go into the military and go to college, the military has National Guard and they have reserve opportunities. So that way you can still go into the military and you can go to college and run those careers in parallel. And that's pretty much what I did. I ran my careers in parallel, where I was able to be a guardsman, now I'm a reservist, and still able to go to college.
Okay. So what is your job that you do now that's in the military?
Right now I'm a communication officer for an intelligence unit. So my job is to ensure that the network or the communication devices are always operational, to allow the troops on the ground the opportunity to communicate back and forth. Communication is real big with the military, because that's how we are able to make sure that information is conveyed to the right person so they can get the right resources to perform their mission.
Okay. And what special skills do you have to have for that? Is there any like secret stuff that you have to have, or can anybody just try to get that job in the military? Or
initially, I would say anybody can do this job, but you must have a love of computers. You must have a love for attention to detail, and you must have a love for resiliency and sometimes being able to work alone. In many cases, you think of the military, you think of a team. With this particular job, you may have to work alone, or you may work in a quote unquote small team with 1 or 2 persons. So you must be able to do that. You must be able to have the zeal and the will to continuously learning. Because this is a technology-based field, you are always learning. You're always learning something new. You're always experiencing different things. So you must be willing to change as change come along.
Okay. And what is your current outside job now, and does that tie into your military job?
As I mentioned earlier, I try to keep everything in parallel. So with that in mind, I'm what's called a cyber engineer for the Air Force. Okay. So cyber being computers, communication officers being computers and technology. So both those careers run parallel. Even though they're doing different things, a lot of similarities, and there's a lot of similarity and there's a lot of overlap.
Okay. Well, that's our time. I'd like to thank my guest, Captain Michael Hawkins. Thank you, sir, for coming by.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching inTV. See you next time.
Go Army.